Hello, my angels and ghouls. Welcome back to Phenomena, episode 5. High five. Episode high five of season 3. I almost forgot what season we were on, but I found it. Yay! Yay for you for coming back. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. Today's episode is a super fun one. We're back on the natural phenomenon route. Natural phenomena, if you will. I feel like I didn't realize that I kind of made this season about natural phenomena, and I'm kind of okay with it because we keep touting women in STEM like we're actually ringing the women in STEM. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Before we get started with today's episode, which is written by our lovely co-producer, Ruben Hano, let's get into the Phenomannouncements. So Phenomannouncements for this week is Novacollects. So I found her Instagram profile and I saw her, like she paints Pokemon cards, first of all. Let me just start right there because incredible, amazing. And she was painting a Leafeon card and I was like, amazed. Like I'll post a photo of what it looked like final form when she was done with it. She's amazing. I honestly don't know how people do it, where they're able to like continue the scene of a Pokemon card, you know what I mean? And then it comes out with this like gorgeous just scene, and it makes me wonder if that's what Pokemon see when they're inside their Pokeballs. You know what I mean? It's so cute. Figured it made perfect sense, what with the Pokemon, Pokemon, and then Phenomannouncements. Check out her stuff, Novacollects on Instagram. She's really cool, and you guys should support her. Yay! Okay. Without further ado, this week's episode, did I even mention? I think I just said it was about natural phenomenon, about a natural phenomenon, but I never mentioned which one. It's about Lake Hillier, I think. What the hilly? No, it's the hot pink lake. It's known as the hot pink lake. So I'm curious to see what that means. I vaguely remember seeing like a photo of it and it is like hot pink. So what? How is that? Is that safe? Is it, what's in there? Why? Let's find out. So without further ado, let's get into Lake Hillier, the hot pink lake by Ruben Hano. Yay. Let's be real. Australia. Oh, it's in Australia. Okay, we know it's going to be unhinged. We know now I'm afraid to find out what kind of creatures live in Lake Hillier. Let's be real. Australia is unhinged when it comes to natural phenomena. True. Especially when it comes to the live variety, like animals and like anacondas and like, what's that one? Hunter spider? Oh my God. I know I like pointed as if there's a hunter spider behind me. There isn't. Thankfully, because I'm not in Australia. But I actually don't know how anyone is able to live in Australia and sleep at night knowing that they might have an actual spider the size of my hand crawling on their head while they're sleeping. No thanks. I'm actually quite good. I don't know, I kind of went British there, but you know what I mean? I can't, no. No, I'm actually fine. And you know what? If I'm gonna be rooming with a spider, he better fucking come up with rent. Because what do you mean you just get to live here for free? You're the size of a pet. Like, come on. Stop the next sentence. Whether it's spiders the size of dinner plates or earthworms longer than toddlers. Hate that. There's always something ready to make you say, "Oh no." I love it. Ruben, we're connected. Clairvoyant. What am I thinking right now? That's right. You got it. But not everything in Australia is nightmare fuel. Some of it is actually kind of stunning. Enter Lake Hillier. Ooh, yes. What is it? This world-famous lake isn't impressive for its size. It's only about 600 meters long, roughly the length of 6 soccer fields, but for its color. Oh, okay. Is it deep, particularly? I don't know. Lake Hillier is a shockingly vibrant shade of bubblegum pink. I was going to say bubblegum pink, and then I wasn't sure if that was the shade, because it's like the hot pink lake, but yes, bubblegum pink. Yes, bubblegum pink. Hot pink lake, pink pony club? Anyone? I'm down. Let's go. And it's been turning heads and confusing scientists for centuries. So let's dive into this hot pink topic. And don't worry, it's safe to swim in. Oh, good. Okay, I was going to say, because when we go visit, I do want to swim in it. But I feel like, I don't know if it would be safe to like open your eyes in it. Because I feel like it's like opaque from what I've seen, at least. So it's like, I don't know, like it's not really see-through. I don't know. Also, I don't know if you can hear, but I am getting a little bit sick. So my throat is feeling super not awesome. So I deadass got COVID right after this. Yeah, there's that. Sorry about that. Oh, and be prepared to test your pronunciation skills. Thanks for the heads up, Ruben. I will try my best. A for effort, okay? All right, now let's get into the lore. Lake Hillier is located on Middle Island, just off the coast of Western Australia. It was discovered, the white people definition, by British navigator and cartographer Matthew Flinders. Flinders? In 1802, who described it as a small lake of a rose color. Babe, did you mean to say bubblegum pink? Because what do you mean rose color? Or was it rose color before and then it got more pink? I don't know. Let's find out. He wasn't wrong, but he probably didn't get the best view because the lake's vibrant pink hue is most striking from above. Oh. Nice. Good to know. Cool. And while Lake Hillier is the most famous, it's not the only pink lake in Australia. What? What do you mean? Huh? There are dozens scattered across the continent, and unsurprisingly, many of them have ties to local Aboriginal legends. I love that. How have we not okay, I guess I can't group y'all in with me because I had no idea there were hot pink lakes in Australia. Let me know if you did, because you're well ahead of everybody else if you did. Again, I can't speak for anybody else, but I didn't know that there were hot pink lakes in Australia. Okay? And the fact that there are multiple hot pink lakes, that's not the only one. They're not all called Lake Hillier, I assume? So, interesting. While there isn't a widely shared legend, or as the Aboriginals call them, dreaming story. Oh, I love that. Specific to Lake Hillier, at least not one available to public domain, nearby pink lakes hold deep cultural significance for their traditional custodians. Oh, I love this. For example, Pink Lake in Western Victoria is sacred to the Wotjobaluk people. Did I say that right? Ruben added a pronunciation, so hopefully that's helpful, or hopefully I'm saying it right. Wotjobaluk people. It is featured in the story of Cha Ingle, an ancestral creator spirit in the form of a giant carnivorous emu. I love that. That's so Australian. For it to be a giant carnivorous emu. Do emu have teeth? Isn't it kind of like an ostrich? I don't know. I mean, I do know that it's kind of like an ostrich. I think emus are way bigger, though, than ostriches. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's what I remember from emus. Giant carnivorous emu who roamed the landscape, forming waterways and shaping sandstone ranges with its movements. Ooh, okay. The specifics of the legend are mostly held within the community, so we don't exactly know why the emu is credited with the pink color. We just know that he is. Oh, I love that. He was just like kind of feeling it and was like, blue, boring, pink. It's a girl. Just kidding. But I do love that the emu creator was like, yeah, make that one hot pink. Make that one for Chapel Roan, obviously. Chapel, if you see this, I love you so much. Anyway, that's gonna make her want to watch, I'm sure. In another example, the Ingaring Ingaringdidgery and Narkot peoples tell of a bloody tale that stained the waters of Lake Bumbunga pink. According to their lore, the hue is a result of the blood of slain warriors who died in the waters. Why was their blood hot pink? What? To outsiders, it's a lake. To them, it's a symbol of their ancestors. Ooh, like their ancestors' blood is still there, or like it's a memorial of like the bloodshed of their ancestors. You know what I mean? Interesting. Is it just hot pink because of like how the blood mixed with the water? I don't know. I'd be curious to ask them. So these Barbie pink waters aren't just a viral moment. They're part of a much older story, one that spans generations, spirits, and sacred ground. Ooh, I love this. I love the emu story. That's my favorite. I know there isn't like one big like story or lore or legend, but I do really like the emu one. The battle one makes sense. I think a lot of like Aboriginal people tend to say that things are a symbol of like a hard fought battle. You know what I mean? Like Stonehenge, one of the theories for Stonehenge was that King Arthur's like men all died in that on that like Stonehenge was like a big burial site, like grave Stonehenge, you know what I mean? So yeah, I could see that. All right, it's interesting to see how many times weird phenomena are attributed to like just a mass burial ground. Interesting. I wonder if there's skeletons in there. Ooh, I wonder if it's haunted. Fun. Wait, it's so fun. I kind of love the fact that like it might be haunted, but also it's hot pink. So it's kind of like, it's my two vibes. Hot pink, but also spooky. Yeah, I love that. All right, let's get into the theories. Okay, now let's talk science. Women in STEM. Why are these lakes pink? Well, the answer isn't simple because science never is. Yeah, that's why I didn't get a science degree. That's why. It wasn't because I failed physics. It was because I didn't want to. It was my prerogative. No, I'm kidding. I just couldn't. I don't do the sciences, but I love people that can and do. Let's start with the usual suspects. Dunalia salina. This is a type of microalgae that thrives in salty environments. It produces carotenoids. Carotenoids? The same pigment that gives carrots their orange hue. Oh, cool. Oh, carotenoids. I love that that's what they're called. These compounds reflect sunlight and in high concentrations give the water a reddish pink tint. Ooh, interesting. Reddish pink. Oh, right, because it's hot pink. So it's got to be like dark pink. And then maybe that's why they thought that it was like bloodstained. The next one is halobacteria. Despite the name, they're not bacteria. Oh, I was like, it has the word bacteria in it. I think I know what it is. It's not, actually. Halobacteria, despite the name, they're not bacteria. They're salt-loving microorganisms. Then why? Who? Okay. Women in STEM, I have a bone to pick with you because why name something halobacteria if it's not a bacteria? Riddle me this, please. I'm the troll under the bridge. Riddle me that. They're salt-loving organisms that contain reddish pigments that help them absorb sunlight for energy. These pigments also contribute to the lake's wild coloration. Oh, okay. I wonder if all these things work. I mean, as many natural phenomena, I think there's a ton of things that work together. And in this case, it really is a lot of things that need to be present and have to all align. But then like, does it have something to do with the soil in Australia? Why is it only in Australia? That's so fascinating. And the third usual suspect is Salinibacter ruber. Salinibacter ruber. Okay, ruber. A lesser known microbe that produces bacteriorubin. Bacteriorubin. Oh my God, Ruben, you show up in this so much. Of course you wrote it. No, I'm kidding. Produces bacteriorubin. A fun word and an even more intense pigment. This might be the secret ingredient in Lake Hillier's specific shade of pink. Oh, I didn't realize they were all different, or that they could be all different shades of pink. That's a good point. Cool. I like that. I want to see an aerial view. More recent research suggests it's not just one organism. It's a full-on pink microbiome. Ooh, I love this. I actually don't. I used to hate pink because it's my mom's favorite color. And she would like make my room all pink because I think she was just like creating the room that she wishes she had growing up. And then I was like, I hate pink. I want black, everything. So, but I've come around to liking pink again. It's the background of my profile photo on Phenomena. So clearly I don't mind it anymore. But I do like hot pink. Hot pink is like pretty punk rock. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. Oh yeah, that's basically what we said because it's a party. It's a party of a bunch of different things that all need to align. A mix of Dunalia salina algae, halobacteria, and extremophiles all thriving together in the lake's hypersaline conditions. Oh, it's salty. I wonder if you can float in it, right? Because the higher the salt content, the easier it is to float. That's my understanding. I think, what's that one? The Dead Sea? I think you can like float in it. I've never been to the Dead Sea, but I love floating in pools and pools of water. So I would love to go here and just float. Oh, that sounds so relaxing. Basically, a monster mashed super organism. Oh, wait, do they all come together to form what, like Transformers? These organisms reflect and scatter light in a way that gives the lake its signature hue. Ooh, interesting. Me, Ruben, and Jodelle during our like Phenomannouncements CEO gathering, our meeting, if you will, when we all get together and chat, we were talking about how different animals can see so many different spectrums of light, and especially the mantis shrimp. If you don't know the mantis shrimp, look it up. It's wild. It's crazy. But it can see like 16, I think. Don't quote me on that. Probably like 12 or 16, something like that. Something crazy. We see 3, right? 3 primary colors. They see 16 primary colors, which means they see a fuck ton more than us in terms of like the blending of all of those and all the different hues. So I can only imagine what this lake looks like to a mantis shrimp. That'd be sick. I want to see that. It'd be like Technicolor. I mean, I like the shade, the fact that it's that bright shade of pink, for us at least, that's really fun. Because it's so different than blue. You know what I mean? If it was like a green lake, it's like, yeah, well, you know, some lakes are green because algae and moss. I love moss. But moss and like, I don't know, there's probably like black lakes and like white lakes, but pink is like not really a naturally forming color. You know what I mean? Especially in water. So that'd be really fun to see. A fun fact, because of these color-producing compounds, some of these algae are harvested for cosmetics, supplements, and even natural food dyes. Science, making things weird and marketable. Nice. I really like that. That's cool. That reminds me of like how people used to use like berries for lip colors and makeup tints, like blush. I like that. Because I was going to say, like, where else are you going to find a hot pink shade? What if you get a cake and the color from the cake comes from the lake? Would that be like gross? Probably. The exact tone of pink you'll see can change depending on the time of year, salt content, temperature, and light angle. Wait, so it's usually hot pink, but it can differ? So maybe that's why that guy said it was rose pink. Yo, I wonder if it's gotten more saturated as time has gone on, or if it's like shrunk, as a lot of lakes have. That's so sad. I don't want it to go away. I mean, I'm glad there's more than just one, but oh my God, this is so interesting. And then I wonder what it looks like head on. Does it look hot pink? Do you have to like go on an aerial view to see it? I don't know. Which means the lake is always putting out a new outfit for the season. Slay! Yes! I love that so much. Oh my God. This is lovely. Oh, what a lovely episode. I love that. I already really like lakes because I don't like the ocean. Like, I like it to an extent. I like the waves. I like floating on the waves. I think they're fun. But I don't love the whole abyss of it all. You know what I mean? Like, all the different terrifying creatures that live in there, all the different horrors that inevitably take up the deep sea. I don't love that. And the fact that like I was talking to my friend Jackie this past weekend and we were like hanging out at her pool, which I was like, nice, I love this. It's very controlled, you know, it's a controlled space. And we were like, yeah, the lake or the beach is fun because like obviously there's waves, but then there's a point where it gets like, oh, I'm like a little too far. They're sharks, you know what I mean? Like dangerous, which I guess some people like that part of like the fact that the ocean has that, but I like lakes because I feel like they're pretty contained. That's why I was wondering how deep it was because like the Loch Ness is 800 feet deep and that's terrifying. I don't know that I love that, but if this is like nice and, you know, not too deep and hot pink, then sign me up. That sounds lovely. I want to go check it out. For a brief period in the early 1900s, Lake Hillier was used to harvest salt. Oh yeah, I forgot it has salt content. So it's got a lot of buoyancy for things. I just want to use the word buoyancy. buoyancy. Points. That didn't last long, and today the lake is protected as part of an A-class nature reserve. Oh, that's good. Okay, I was gonna say, because then we're just no. We can't get rid of we can't diminish the salt content, because then what if that takes away the pink color? It's all a perfectly constructed house of cards, and you can't take any cards apart, okay? Let it be hot pink and enjoy it, okay? We can get salt elsewhere. It's extremely sensitive, so access is restricted, which means you can't just roll up and take a dip. Oh, no. Actually, I feel like I'd like to see it from above anyway, just to see the color. That said, it is technically safe to swim in. The water doesn't harm human skin, and its high salt content makes you float like you're in the Dead Sea. I love that. If you know me, you know me if you know me, you know me, period. But if you know me, you know that I love floaties. And in something with a really high salt content, you don't even need floaties. You are the floaty. That's incredible. I love this. But unless you're a research scientist or an extremely lucky drone operator, your best view is from the air. Oh, cool. Luckily, Western Australia is full of pink lakes you can visit. Oh yeah, there's more. In fact, the town of Esperance is within reach of dozens of them, ranging from cotton candy pink to deep raspberry red. Red is creepy. I don't know. Me and the color red have beef. I don't know what it is, but like lightning sprites are red, and that's a little scary. And then raspberry red's a little scary, but I do like the cotton candy pink, and I like the bubblegum pink. Those sound fun. Those are like cutesy girly pink. I don't like it. The best time to see them is from June through January, but apparently some of them are pink all year round. Oh, right, because they change according to like the temperature and the salt content and the time of year. When is it the most pink? I don't know. We need to start a group chat, and then anyone that's close by can be like, oh my God, come through. One of the lakes is like really pink right now. And then we'll all just like float over it. Nice. Can we make that happen? I think we can make that happen. Why not? I just saw an Instagram reel the other day not even the other day, I think it was literally earlier today, about like a floating bike that was 3D printed. They literally were like, yeah, and it's 20 pounds because it uses something carbon fiber and it's 3D printed. And I'm like, that doesn't make me, is that supposed to make me feel better? Like, how's it going to go hold this ass? Just kidding. Bye. No, bye. You know what? If you turn the episode off now, I wouldn't even blame you. So if you want to chase the pink, chase the pink, we've got you covered. Use our Expedia affiliate link at expedia.com/affiliates/phenomena/season 3. It's the same for the entire season. So that's helpful, because if you saw last season's, there were times where we would say expedia.com/affiliates/phenomena and then just give a whole ass Wi-Fi password. So that was not great. This one, easy to remember. Affiliates Phenomena Season 3. To book your flight and take your own deep dive into the phenomena. Ooh, yay. I want to do that. This is cool that Lake Hillier, okay. I like that it's being used and protected, and it's being used for like research and science and women in STEM, because we love that. But I do like that Western Australia also has a bunch of other pink lakes that you can visit. So it's a win-win. Sounds like a win-win to me. I wonder if they all have the salt content that Lake Hillier has. I wonder. Cool. Yay, that was so fun. Yay, that was so like girly hot pink, girly pop color. I love it. You know who I feel like would love this episode? Peach PRC. I was going to say Ritalin PRC because that's one of her other accounts, but Peach PRC. I love her so much. She makes like bubblegum fun music, and she used to have like pink hair, I think. And I just love her music so much. And she's Australian. Oh my gosh. I wonder if she's been to one of the hot pink lakes. Oh my God. Wait, I feel like my jaw just cracked, and maybe that was audible. Oh, that's terrible. I have double arthritis in both TMJ joints, so that's one. Maybe I'll send that soundbite to my dentist and be like, yo, are we good? I don't have to come in, right? You could just tell me by the sound. All right, well, hopefully I'm okay. I think if I went to Lake Hillier, it would heal me. I think so. We should find out. Cool. So this week's Pokepic is Shallow's West Sea form, the pink slug Pokemon, or the sea slug Pokemon, sorry. But I think the West Sea form one is the pink. It's got to be the pink one, because there's a pink one and a blue one. I say it's got to be because I print in black and white to save the like 4 cents that it does. And so it's just a black and white photo because Ruben was lovely and kind enough to add a photo of Shellos, but I can't see what color it is, but I think it's pink. It's gotta be pink. If it's blue, that's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, Shellos, the sea slug Pokemon. Yay! Yeah, I wonder if there's slugs in Lake Hillier. There's gotta be, right? But then salt? I always think of slugs as like, salt. You know what I mean? So are there? I don't know. Now I don't know. Women in STEM, let me know. Pokedex entry, Shellos lives in the sea and feasts on plankton. The lovelier the ocean where Shellos resides, the more vibrant its color becomes. I love that. Lovelier is so subjective though. So like the lovelier it is to the Shellos, like what they're in the mood for, if they're like, oh yeah, this is like exactly what I want, then it's like more vibrant. Its color becomes more vibrant. What if Lake Hillier's all pink because there's just a bunch of Shellos everywhere all on the top surface? That'd be fun. I like that. But it sounds like he lives in the sea. So I don't think it lives in the lake. Could they? Because the salt content? I don't know now. I don't know. It's too much science. I didn't make it past like physics 1. Anyway, I love that Pokepic. That's the perfect Pokepic because it's the hot pink slug. I feel like he'd like Lake Hillier. That makes me happy. If you have ever heard of Lake Hillier or any of the hot pink lakes, if you knew there were hot pink lakes in Australia, then please email us at phenomena.cases@gmail.com. Also, if you've just had a weird phenomena experience that you want to share, we do a phenomena episode at the end of every season where I'll read your personal stories out loud. So feel free to send them over and they could be written very conversationally and no pressure. You have to let me know if you've been in the hot pink lake because I need to know how buoyant you were in it. The buoyancy, okay? This is for research. And you know if you need a floaty or not. Would it be extra floaty if you had a floaty? We also have a Patreon with a free tier, a $2 tier, and a $5 tier. And with the free tier, you get access to our Discord. So every week we post the Pokepic on Patreon and Discord, as well as my favorite GIF. And then for any Patreon paid members, I also post an extra reel and the Phenomena audio for like the podcast. So you can listen to it if you so choose. I also am kind of using it as just kind of like a little blog moment. So feel free to check out what I randomly write after I take an edible. And I'm just like, beep, 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 beep. Anyway, check out our merch. We've got some dope-ass hoodies where you can show your support and keep the curiosity going. Visit phenomenamerch.myshopify.com to grab yours. Ooh, wait, by the way, I think the off the rack, I think with the off the rack situation that we would potentially do a collab, I might have to like order a bunch up front, which we'll see. I don't have a lot of monies right now, says everyone in 2025. I think we might do a collab with Hypocrite Inc., who is my friend Sean, and I recently went on his podcast called Mostly Horror Podcast. Go check it out. It is part of the Morbid Network. Yes, that's right, the Morbid Network. Like Wondery, like Morbid Network. And he's awesome. Him and his friend have the Mostly Horror Podcast where they talk about horror movies, and I did an episode with him when his co-host was out of town in like gallivanting around Scotland or Ireland or one of those places. He was having a great time and we had a really good chat. And I shouted him out during the Mothman episode, his art. So his art's spooky and amazing and dope and fire. And we just had a whole conversation today about like his artistic amazingness. And so I think we're going to do a collab. So stay tuned. I'm very pumped. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Ooh, I can't wait. I think we're going to do a Yeti one. No, I can't say anymore. TBD. Check out our current merch and follow along for updates. New episodes come out every Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST. And next time on Phenomena, we'll be talking about the Flannan Isles Lighthouse Mystery, which I don't know what that is. And so if you know, amazing. If you don't, doesn't it sound like a Scooby-Doo episode? There's something about like lighthouse. Sounds like Scooby-Doo to me. So come check it out. Let's find out what it is together. And remember, you can always explore the rabbit hole without falling all the way down. I'll see you next week. stay vigilant. Hopefully my throat feels a little bit better by then. And yeah, take care. See you soon. Bye.